You're watching Netrush Report, your home for the biggest tennis stories, emotional rivalries, and defining moments that shake up the ATP and WTA tours. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because Joao Fonseca's bold words today prove that a new generation isn't just rising. They're rewriting tennis greatness on their own terms. The 2025 Swiss Indoors in Basel wasn't just another ATP 500 event. It became the stage where Joao Fonseca, the 19-year-old rising star from Brazil, officially arrived. With power, poise, and a kind of confidence that felt beyond his years, Fonseca dismantled Spain's Alejandro Davidovich Fokina 6-3, 6-4 in the final, capturing his first major ATP title above the 250 level. The victory wasn't just impressive. It was a statement, and it came with an even bigger ripple effect. After the match, Davidovich Fokina, ranked world number 15, told reporters that Fonseca reminded him of a young Novak Djokovic. He praised Fonseca's mental strength, athleticism, and ability to control points, calling him the next Djokovic in the making. It was meant to be a compliment, but Fonseca wasn't exactly thrilled about it. During the post-match press conference, the young Brazilian smiled politely when asked about the Djokovic comparison, and then dropped a calm but clear response. "I'm not really a fan of those comparisons," Fonseca said. "Novak is one of the greatest of all time. What he's done for tennis is unbelievable. But I'm Joao Fonseca, and I want to build my own story." It was a subtle but powerful statement. Fonseca made it clear he respects Djokovic's legacy, but he doesn't want to live in anyone's shadow. And that's exactly what makes him so fascinating, that he's not trying to become Djokovic, Federer, or Nadal. He's trying to become the first Fonseca. The young Brazilian then reflected on how tough the modern ATP landscape has become, and how even the most promising players need to push harder than ever. "We all have a lot to learn from guys like Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner," he said. "They're raising the bar for everyone. I need to keep improving, keep learning. I'm just at the start of my journey." That humility, mixed with quiet ambition, has already turned him into a fan favorite. Ironically, the man Fonseca didn't want to be compared to had already praised him months earlier. Back in January, during the 2025 Australian Open, Fonseca stunned the world by defeating world number 6 Andrei Rublev in straight sets in the very first round. It was one of the biggest upsets of the tournament, and it caught the attention of Novak Djokovic himself. When asked if he'd watched Fonseca's performance, the 24-time Grand Slam champion confirmed that he had. Djokovic said, "Joao Fonseca's got the goods. I watched the third set, and what impressed me most was his calmness under pressure. He's definitely one to watch." Coming from Djokovic, that's not just a compliment. It's a torch being passed. And for Fonseca, that early recognition was a boost of confidence. Even if he now prefers to chart his own course, that it's hard to believe that just over a year ago, Fonseca was ranked outside the top 200. Now, after his Swiss Indoors title, he's officially a top 30 player. One of the youngest to do it since Alcaraz broke through in 2021. His game? Explosive forehand, fearless aggression, and a surprising sense of composure for someone who only recently graduated from the Challenger circuit. But it's not just the tennis world noticing him. The comparisons, the sponsorships, the spotlight, it's all coming fast, and Fonseca seems ready for it. "Pressure is part of the job," he said in Basel. "I've been dreaming of moments like this since I was a kid hitting balls on clay in Rio. If people expect big things from me, it means I'm doing something right." Still, when journalists keep bringing up Djokovic's name, Fonseca keeps circling back to one thing: his individuality. He wants to win on his own terms. He wants to create his era, not copy one. Fonseca also talked openly about the influence of the current leaders of the next gen, Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. He said watching them dominate big matches has been both inspiring and motivating. "What they've done at such a young age is crazy," Fonseca admitted. "But it also makes players like me believe it's possible. They're showing that you don't have to wait until your late 20s to be great." That mindset, hungry, fearless, unafraid of giants, is exactly what makes the new ATP generation so electrifying. The dominance of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic defined tennis for nearly 2 decades. But now, players like Fonseca are building their identities in a more open, competitive, and unpredictable era. And in a way, that makes it even more exciting. After Basel, Fonseca immediately shifted focus to his next challenge, the Paris Masters, where he's facing Canadian star Denis Shapovalov in the opening round. A win there would continue his momentum heading into the ATP finals and potentially push him closer to breaking the top 25 before the season ends. The tennis world will be watching, not just to see how far Fonseca can go, but to see how he handles the growing attention. Because if history has taught us anything, every new star in tennis faces a moment like this, where admiration turns into expectation. Can Fonseca carry the weight of comparison without letting it define him? That's the question now, but judging from his composure and clarity so far, he's got what it takes. The Novak comparisons aren't just about game style. They're about energy. Like Djokovic in his early years, Fonseca brings fight, charisma, and flair. He rallies crowds, pumps his fists, and turns every match into a battle of wills. But what's different is the cultural energy he carries. Representing Brazil on the men's tour, a nation still waiting for its next big tennis hero since Gustavo Kuerten. Fonseca's rise could redefine South American tennis in a new era dominated by European stars. And that's something even Djokovic himself would likely respect. Carving your own story, staying true to your identity, and lifting your country with you. Before leaving Basel, Fonseca took a moment to thank the fans, both in Brazil and around the world, who've supported him through his rise. Every match, I feel the energy of the people cheering for me. Tennis is an individual sport, but you never do it alone. So I just want to say obrigado. Simple, genuine, powerful. That's Joao Fonseca. Grounded yet ambitious, respectful yet fearless. A young man ready to embrace the future, not as the next Djokovic, but as the first Fonseca. Whether you love comparisons or hate them, one thing's clear. Joao Fonseca has officially arrived. From shocking Rublev in Melbourne to conquering Basel and climbing into the top 30, his rise is one of the most exciting stories of the season. But the way he's handled the Djokovic question shows something deeper. The mindset of a future champion. This isn't imitation. This is evolution. And if Fonseca's current form is any indication, the next generation of tennis just got a lot more dangerous. That you're watching Netrush Report, where tennis meets passion, power, and perspective. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive stories, post-match reactions, and behind-the-scenes moments from the ATP and WTA tours. Because in the new world of tennis, legends inspire, but stars like Joao Fonseca remind us.